In order to prepare for the upcoming war, we need to gather information about everything. Our enemies, their true names, how many they are, their characters, strengths, weaknesses. Then we create a way to fight the battle from the viewpoint of an eagle. Welcome. In this video, you are going to learn how to create your structure. How many courses do I have this block? The answer is to expand the course code. It is the only way we can find out how many courses we have to do this block. I am not certain whether there has ever been a time where a course or two has been skipped for an entire week. So the best place to check the number of courses you are doing for the entire block isn't the timetable, but rather my courses. So let us look at how you can expand the code for each of your unique courses. For example, we will use this course. In order to do this, you will need the Eduvos contract which you signed upon enrollment and this document, which I will send you the link to when you ask. This is the Eduvos contract which was named Eduvos Quote 2025 v1.1 monthly then my name.pdf. I tell you this because it might be similar to yours, so you could try using the first two names to search for it if you saved it in your laptop or your phone. This is what it should look like. Scroll down to the module section and you will find treasure. If you cannot find yours, then go to your student advisor and they'll help you. In fact, it was they who gave me this information, so get used to them. They help. So now that we have the resources, let's expand this, use the part we need, then save the rest for later. The first two alphabetic characters represent the department, faculty, or school responsible for offering the module. In this case, IT stands for Information Technology. The next two is the name of the module which we found in the contract. Mine is PL, and from what we can remember, the module name is Introduction to Programming. Now, you might ask, why the L? I don't know. Anyways, the last letter represents parts in this module, part A or part B. In our case, it's part A. Then the first number you see represents the level of study. Here, it's undergraduate level 1. After the hyphen is a letter. This letter represents the mode of offering this module. When it is B, the module is being offered to full-time students studying in blocks throughout the year. Block 1, Block 2, Block 3, and so on. P is for part-time students who study in block mode, etc. In our case, it is B, block mode for full-time students. The last two letters represent the starting and ending block. So if you see 1, 2, then it means that the starting block is block 1 and the ending block is block 2. But if you see 2, 2, it means that the starting and ending block is block 2. Finally, the letter in bracket. This tells us what we're going to do. O is online lectures, L is face-to-face, T is tutorial, face-to-face, and I'll leave you to do the rest. Now that we've discovered our enemy's true identity, we can use the last two numbers to identify how many courses we are going to do for this block. The answer is 4. Now, within each course, we need to identify their character, what their strengths and weaknesses are. We can find this information in their module guides. Using the module guide is the same as stripping your enemies naked. Read through everything. This is gravely important. Make sure you take notes so that you only do this once or twice. I'm just going to skip through the sections which you absolutely must not miss. Again, read through everything. The module guide for each course is practically similar, so I'm going to continue with the same example. Learning outcomes. Here, you are given the essence of what you're expected to know, your enemy's weaknesses, so collect them with joy. We understand that as we go through each week, we complete these assignments. For example, week 1, you may complete 1.1 to 1.3. Your task here is to identify and jot down which resource you will use to study these. My LMS notes and activities, YouTube videos, AI, and so on. These are the 3 study resources which should almost always be there. Now, I know some of you have reservations about AI, but don't be too close-minded. They're powerful in simplifying tasks and concepts. Get used to it. This world will continue to advance with AI. Don't fall behind. As for those of you who would use AI to cheat or rely heavily on it, understand that AI is a tool that can be used for anything, but shouldn't be used for everything. Don't grow dumb. Recommended resources. I know some of you don't have the cash to purchase prescribed textbooks, so you might just completely skip through the recommended resources. But don't. There are also links that you might want to collect and use. Don't throw away rocks that may contain diamonds. Time allocation guideline, either for full-time students or part-time students. This is something you should absolutely keep. You won't fully understand this up until you go through the entire module guide yourself. Assessments. The assessments are our enemy's strengths, and the time allocation guideline we previously looked at tells us how long they'll attack each week. This implies that during the course of the block, these assessments will be taken. Look through these pages, then what you want to really focus on are the details of assessment, because it is the overview of every battle you will fight. This is the last raw material we need in order to gain a perspective from above. Once all of this has been collected, this is what you would bless yourself with, the ultimate point of view. Do this for the rest of the courses for this block, and by the 5th day of the 2nd week, everyone who has submitted their structure to any admin of the group will officially be welcomed into the brighter side of life.